And then another thing is that I've seen out there is that people are not willing to reinvest. Okay? So reinvesting mistakes, right? I did not reinvest money fast enough into my company, right? Well, I grew up in this industry in regards to paper charting was okay. Paper everything was okay. And did not see that sometimes you have to spend some money in certain things and reinvest in the company, right? Because everybody was pushing, you should have liquid assets, you should have money in the bank, and sometimes you should not spend. No, you shouldn't buy that new set of computers. No, you should not upgrade your computer software from hardware, to all of a sudden cloud-based systems, right? So you have, software to cloud-based systems. So those were certain things that I did not reinvest fast enough, and then I had to, learn certain things and struggles. So we were having problems with nurses, for example, turning in their notes on time, which caused problems for billing. And when you got notes on time, when you did get the notes finally, there was some missing items, so you had to kind of go after them, and so you're losing money in the back end of things. Sometimes there are certain things that you should be willing to invest in so you're not wasting money. And time is a lot of money. If a chart that was turned in was incomplete and then you then have to call back the nurse to complete it, they're busy, they can't come into the office to fill it out. There's problems that starts happening. You're not able to bill for a patient all of a sudden, right? So you have to understand that there are certain things that you should reinvest in your company. One of the biggest things that you should reinvest is education. Are you guys actually training your nurses to be good at providing care? Because if I'm sure, for example, that you guys lost a lot of patients, a lot of referral sources because your nurses were not fully educated. You lost some clients because your caregivers did not know how to take care of the patient's mom. The client's mom, dad, or grandparents. So you need to invest back into your company by providing training. One time it was funny. I walked into an agency and they wanted me to do a consultation, and they were doing in services. This actually happened somewhere in Michigan. We'll say that, okay? So in Michigan, for example, and what ended up happening was that they were doing in service, and all I saw them do was, hey, sign the piece of paper here that you got the in service. And here is the piece of paper you should read so you know about the thing that we're talking about. And I'm looking at that and saying that that's not investing in your team. You have to invest time in your team to be able to provide education, to provide them to make sure they know what they're doing. And then they need to be able to repeat that to you, do a return demonstration to what you do. When we work with marketers, when we train them to become great marketers, we don't just give them the skills that they need to learn. We give them the videos. Those are great, the self-learning stuff. But when we consult full-time for a company, we actually will sit down with that marketer and we'll role play what they're going to face out there. Because we want to be able to see, hey, can they return demonstrate what we're teaching them? We'll even go in the field with them to see how their marketing is doing, to really see, are they applying what they learned in the training that makes them become great at what they do. You have to reinvest back into your business. You need to reinvest time, need to reinvest money, need to reinvest sweat, tears, because that's how you're going to be able to be successful in this industry.